The Bible says the Jews are black. You understand?
A nation of priests.
They ain't gonna never read you that.
But what happened?
They ain't gonna tell you that the Jews are so-called black people.
This book of the law of the Lord is only for Israel.
It's only a matter of time
Only for us, it was given to us.
before the remnant of Israel
That's
wakes
our Lord.
up.
That's right. That's our big brother. That's the one that's coming back
And we
for
rise.
us. Back for us.
We come from a bloodline of priests, sold into captivity. Father, break these chains off me, make me free. In time ambition, 2024 AD. Live from the belly of the beast, Babylon. Should we stay, should we flee? In time's ambition.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom, shalom. We back with you, back to you with another Thankful Thursday. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties, more so on my end, when we were trying to get everything up and going, but we appreciate your patience while we got this together. We did have another class planned, but plans changed, and we're going to bring to you what is a Goshen, because on this Thankful Thursday, we want to go through a few things about we just had our Independence Day. Well, the America just had Independence Day, and we talked about being independent from America because of all the wickedness that they've done. So what is the next step from being independent from America? What is the next step for being independent? Shalom, shalom. Hey, shalom for everybody that's joining us and all the people that's going to join us later. But we're just going to go into that. What got us to this point? What is a Goshen? What is a Goshen? But before we can really get into that, and before I want to really jump into that, let's give all praises and honors to Yahweh by Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. He's giving all praises to the Heavenly Father and His Son Yahweh Shai. But now that we got that, because we first want to give praises to the Most High before anything. But we're going to jump into the origins of where we even got the idea of what a Goshen is.
Shalom, shalom.
Hey, shalom, shalom, B'ni Yahu.
Yeah, so this is like the Ox said at the last moment. So we're just going to kind of fit it all in together real quick, Israel. You get your pens and your pad and stuff. You can write these precepts down, and you can go see it for yourself, and so you can understand what a Goshen is, right? So like the Akim says, we wait for everybody to get in and tune in. We appreciate the patience of Israel, man. Through this difficult time, man. And, brothers and sisters still coming out and being faithful and committed and watching and coming and being a part of this thing, man. And we thank the Most High that He keep feeding us, man, and giving us the wisdom and knowledge that we need to give the sheep, right? And that's the whole purpose of this whole thing, Israel, right? Always make time for the Lord. Don't put nothing else before the Lord, man. Don't put anything before the Lord. There's things that you might want to do and you feel like you need to do, but if you pick them things over the Lord, then you don't love the Lord like you say you love the Lord, right? The Lord tells you how to love Him, man. We got to keep His law, statutes, commandments, and what better time it is than to come together in fellowship and learn something. This is something new for some of y'all. Some of y'all don't even know what it means, but we're going to show it to you tonight, man. Got a couple of maps and stuff for you to look at to show you, give you a little idea in your head, man, so you can see and understand, man. These words all have meaning in the Word of God, man, right? And we need to understand what we about to learn tonight is something that we need to apply here in this captivity.
Right? That's right. All praises.
Okay. So we're going to start out real quick. We're going to head up to Genesis 45. And we're going to start at verse 4, right? And we're going to break this thing down for you and show you something tonight. We don't want it to be quick. We're going to give it the best that we can and everything, man, and keep it concise, to keep it flowing good. Don't want to rush anything, man. This is perfection. We got to be for the Lord, man. So, right? And we're going to be showing you where it all started from, how God chose this brother. I see we all chosen, right? And we all got a special gift and talent that the Most High has created and developed in us that we got to apply. We got to multiply. You can't just hold that thing, man. You got to do what the Lord has called you to do, man.
That's right. So we're gonna start at Genesis 45, and you said verse 4.
Yeah, start at verse 4 for me.
Con. This is Genesis 45 and verse 4. And Joseph said unto his brethren, come near to me, I pray you. And they came near. And he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt.
Just a real quick reminder, this is the time that Joseph is revealing himself to his brothers. He's showing them exactly who he is, because in verse 1 on down, you can read how Joseph wept when he had finally come out, because his brothers didn't recognize him. This is how much passion he had for his brothers, man, and they didn't even know. So this is the moment that he's revealing himself, right? Go ahead, Baba Shah.
Verse 5. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourself, that ye sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life.
God chose Joseph to save the life, to save the nation, to save Israel. This is why he
Mm.
chose him. And in fact, his brothers weren't the ones that sold him into slavery. It was the Most High God. And we're going to get into that real quick, man, as we go on down. I'm going to read to verse 8 and show you that this all being premeditated already by the Most High God. Man, he ordained this from the beginning, right? He just used the vessels, the brothers, use him, get them over there to preserve life, to save the nation of Israel. Go ahead, God.
Verse 6. For these 2 years have the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in the which there shall neither be ear nor harvest.
Come on.
And God sent me before you to preserve you a prosperity in the earth,
Uh-huh.
and to save your lives by a great deliverance.
See, he sent me to save your lives, right?
Mm.
So he's showing you now the reason why the Lord is using him to go and keep him alive, to save him, man, is for us what we getting in tonight, man, to show you of our own land and what Goshen mean, man, right? So this is emphatically very important that we understand. In order for that to come about, this had to happen first, because the Most High is a God of order. He don't do anything like mankind does, which is out of order. The Most High always does things in order. Go ahead, Baba Kishah, last verse.
Verse 8. So now it was not that Salakia. So now it was not you that sent me hither, but God. And he have made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord to all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt.
You see how the Lord sent him, the Lord placed him, just like you see what's happening today with us. We were placed in a slavery again by the Most High God, man, right? So you seeing right here with Joseph, man, he's telling you the Most High did that for a reason and for a purpose, right? So now we got to understand, why did the Most High do that? Why did the Most High do it? He did it to save the nation, man, to save Israel. He saw the famine and what was coming, man, and everything would have wiped Jacob and all them out. But instead, he always loved his people. Like he said, man, I have an unconditional love for the nation of Israel. The Lord
That's
loves
right.
us, man, right? All
That's
right,
right.
I'm gonna pass that over to you to 47 so we can get in this thing, Baba Shah.
Kind. Yeah, because as he was giving you the origins of how this all began, how we got there, how Joseph got put in place, the Lord had put him there to preserve the life of his people. We're going to go into what is the Goshen? What is a
Right.
Goshen? Where is Goshen? Like
Mm-hmm.
is we're going to go into that, and this is kind of the origins of that, because he laid it out for you how Joseph got there, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to go through uh him getting the Goshen, basically. Right.
Right.
So if you go ahead and start at verse 1.
Verse 1, 40, Genesis 47 and verse 1. Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh and said, my father and my brethren in their flocks, in their herds, in all that they have come of the land of Canaan. And behold, they are in the land of Goshen.
Now, Goshen is in the land of Egypt. You know, if I could, I'm going to share with you where that land is, because when you look at it,
Mm-hmm.
you can already see like how wonderful it would be for them to be there, right? So let me bring that up on the screen
Time.
here for you. Huh? Hopefully,
And
this
it's
is
also
big enough for everybody to see.
definitely showing, yeah, yeah, it's definitely showing the journey that the Most High put him on for this. So it's beautiful.
Okay, so right in this little area right here, where you see that little spot, that little dot, that's where Goshen is. That whole land actually in that area is Goshen. This is Egypt, but this is a small portion of Egypt called Goshen. Now, if
Right.
you look at the land, you'll see that it's got rivers and waters flowing through it. So guess what? You knew the land was fertile.
Mm-hmm.
The land was super fertile. So he moved them to that land and kind of set them up for it. Right?
Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead and read from.
And verse 2, and he took some of his brethren, even 5 men, and presented them unto Pharaoh.
Mhm.
Verse 3, and Pharaoh said unto his brethren, what is your occupation? And they said unto Pharaoh, thy servants are shepherds, both we and also our fathers.
Mhm.
They said, moreover, unto Pharaoh, for to sojourn in the land are we come, for thy servants have no pasture for their flocks. For the
Mhm.
famine is sore in the land of Canaan. Now, therefore, we pray thee, let thy servants dwell in the land of Goshen.
Now they are petitioning that they live in this beautiful lush land, and they kind of give you the contrast of Canaan is going through a whole bunch of stuff, and
Mhm.
there's a famine in the land. So we wanted to come over here. We're shepherds. All we know is how to do is to do that. That's all we know what to do. Just like our father, he was a shepherd, and if you know the story of Jacob, who changed his name, who had his name changed to Israel, he was with Laban, and they were raising sheep
Right.
like his. So that was their occupation. He took that occupation which he learned, and then he taught it to his children. So that's what they knew what to do.
Time.
And they and what was so interesting about this, when you look at Goshen, like his, and I'm gonna scroll down to it. When you get the name of Goshen, it doesn't really give you an idea of like where it came from, because it's not a Hebrew word, right? So let me zoom in on this so I can show this. Hopefully this is a little better over here. Let's see. That's kind of small.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Looks like that looks a little better. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Dang, is that too small?
It's a little bit too small, but we just.
All right. You might have to just kind of scroll across it. All right. So, okay, this is the encyclopedia when it gives you for Goshen. Now, it's giving us the meaning of the name, because now that they know that they're in the land, and the land has water flowing to it. It's probably green and lush, perfect for their pastures. They're asking to stay there, right? So what the encyclopedia gives us right here, it says the meaning of the name Goshen. It says the region where the Hebrews dwelt in Egypt, as we just read about. Like if the Septuagint read Geshem be correct, the word, which in its Hebrew form has no known meaning. That means it's not of Hebrew origin. We didn't come up with the name for this place. It was already named that. And he says that the meaning may mean cultivated, comparing to the Arabic root of jashima, meaning to labor. Egyptologists have suggested a connection with the Egyptian word kwas, meaning inundated land, because Goshen, talking about the land, Goshen, had apparently the same region called by the Greeks
Mhm.
uh, of the Arabian nome, which is known as the Fakasa, representing Egypt. So it's just basically saying that that land was still there when the Egyptians got there. Not when the Egyptians got there, but uh hang on, I just like it's when we had the Greeks get there. When the Greeks got there, they already gave it another name. So we already know that the name of it is not Hebrew, but it does have a Arabic root, and that's where you get Geshem, or Geshima. meaning to labor, but that land was cultivated, really cultivated.
Right.
It was ready for them to do their job. And that's
Right.
something that the Most High, He already set it up
He
for
did.
them.
He did.
Joseph kind of Joseph just put up the layup. He put the layup up, and then the Most High just came in off the
Right.
backboard, slam dunked it, and got them into this land. Let's go to verse 5. We'll read verse 5. Yeah.
Verse 5. And
Hmm.
Pharaoh spake unto Joseph, saying, Thy father and thy brethren are come unto thee. The land of Egypt is before thee. In the best of the land make thy father and thy brethren to dwell. In the land of Goshen. Slakia, God. I don't think they
Hmm.
caught that one. Let me read that one more
Hmm.
time. In the best, listen what he says, the best land right here. It says, The land of Egypt is before thee. In the best of the land, make thy father and brethren to dwell. In the land of Goshen, let them dwell. And if thou knowest any man of activity among them, then make them rulers over my cattle.
Now it said like this. You brought out the point I was trying to get to. He gave them the best of the
Best.
land
Yeah, he did.
because Pharaoh already knew the kind of man Joseph was and how
Right.
Joseph had been a blessing to him. So guess what? Pharaoh said, "Hey, I can give you this land. I can give you this good land." He had no problem giving the land. He didn't have a doubt in his mind about giving him that land.
Right. Right.
Not at all. Because Joseph was such a good steward and he was basically made king. The
Mm-hmm.
only thing he didn't do was sit on the throne. You saw that it said he was a father to Pharaoh.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
That
was.
means he was showing Pharaoh how to do his job.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Exactly. It's a good
He was
point.
a leader. Because that's what the word father means. It means a strong leader. He was a strong leader to Pharaoh. And when you think about that, just like he said, the Most High put him in that place for
Right.
that to happen,
Yes, he did.
just to preserve us and then give us a good land,
Did
give
the
us a
best,
Goshen
the best land. Right.
right there. Yeah,
Hey.
and that's where you basically this is where you get into the knowledge of what a Goshen is. The Goshen is the land.
That's right.
This is a land that was given to us, like it's by the Most High through indirect things. Joseph went into captivity, like his went through some things because that's what happens to us. We go through different things, and then the Most High, he makes our vision clear to
Mm-hmm.
show us that
Yeah.
I didn't put you through all this for nothing.
Nothing. That's right.
I put you through this for a reason. It's just that we as our we in our what is it, finite minds can't grasp the picture that the Most High has for us. So we think we're going through some things, and the Most High, He's like, you might have to go through this, but I got something else better waiting for you.
Kind. All praises, man.
Yeah,
Where we at? Verse 7?
yeah. We're at verse 7.
7, yeah. And Joseph brought in Jacob, his father, and set him before Pharaoh. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Salakia, guy. I want to say this on here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I says Jacob blessed Pharaoh because I know a lot of people might look at that and say, wait a minute. It's like he's blessing another nation. I thought other nations don't supposed to get a blessing. This is Jacob blessing Pharaoh. See, they missed this
Mm-hmm.
quote with Abraham, knowing, not understanding. Didn't the Most High say, I will bless those who bless you, and I will
Mm-hmm.
curse those who curse you? Did
Genesis 12.
Pharaoh
Yeah.
is blessing Joseph. He gave him
Mm-hmm.
ruler, all of Egypt. So now the favor is coming back since you blessed me, and we got the best land because they didn't just go there and just go take. They went to Pharaoh and got permission and said, "Can we get this best land right here?"
Mm-hmm.
Pharaoh said, "Hey, you and your brothers and fathers dwell in the best land, man." That's how much respect and love that he had for Joseph, man. He like, man, I don't even he know what he running with and he working with. He understands, man, that hey, this man has the true living God in his life. Otherwise, he wouldn't have never put him in position the way he put him in position. Right?
That's right. You mind if I
Go
bring
ahead.
that out for the people?
Yes, please do.
So that just so that we can have some so you have a foundation so y'all know exactly where Chief is talking about. This is Genesis 12. I start from the top. It says, now the Lord had said unto Abram, this is before he changed his name. He said, get thee out of thy country and
Mm-hmm.
from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will shew thee, and I will make thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And then verse 3, here's the point. This is what Chief was talking about. He said, and I will bless them that bless thee,
There you go. There you go.
and curse them that curse thee, and indeed shall all the families of the earth or the land be blessed.
Hey, there you go. Right on point. Beautiful precept to go right along what we talking about, man. So yeah, Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Why, man? Because look what he's done for me. Look what I mean, the man placed me above, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord knew exactly what he was doing when he orchestrated and sent Joseph that direction of all directions into the land of Egypt. The Lord, everything works according to his election. Man. He already got this thing written out. You know how people like making movies and they like to start from the beginning and they watch the movie and in the end it has this meaning you can understand and everything. Same thing with the Most High. Most High, it's like a movie for him. He done wrote the whole thing, man. He know how it's going to start,
Right.
how it's going to end. Period. Right?
That's right. That's exactly how it is. But like in this whole, but what I was wanting to bring out also along with this is that when you were reading when we were reading in Genesis 47, it said that he said that his father, his brother, and his flocks and his herd, and all that have come out of the land of Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
That means, hey, they escaped the evil that was to come in the land. They were leaving from that. And we kind of have to take that same principle on. We have to gather our people together. Like it doesn't Zephaniah say that? Zephaniah 2:1 says that we gotta gather our people before the wrath of the Lord, right?
Right.
That's a classic right there.
Yeah,
That's a classic scripture right there. Another one, like as I was looking into it, like it's Isaiah 45:19. Could you grab that for me?
Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
We get Isaiah 45.
Give me 19 and 20.
No, Isaiah 19 and 20.
Oh no, 45 verses 19 and 20.
Right.
My bad.
Sorry,
I should have said it.
Isaiah 45, 19 and verse 19. I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 20. Assemble yourselves and come. Draw near together. Ye that are escaped of the nations. They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image and pray unto a God that cannot save.
And that's what happens. Like it's in that whole format, like we have to seek the Lord together. We have to come together and we have to leave these idols, these other things of the nations behind so that we can follow the true God so he can put us in this Goshen.
Right.
You think the Most High gonna put a rebellious people in a land that like is, as they say, of milk and honey, the good pastures, so that we can multiply and things like that? The Lord ain't gonna do that. Like we have to seek him and come together. We have to get ourselves together. We gotta combine our resources. We've got to become one nation. Just like when he talks about there'll be no more two sticks, but they're gonna be one stick.
That's right.
When we're talking about Ezekiel 37.
That's right.
We've got to start to become that. Like it's not everybody wants to think that the Most High is a genie. You can just rub the lamp and he just give you whatever you want. But the Most High, he just like he said, it's like a movie. The progression of the movie starts to build up. You don't just get the beginning of the movie, something bad happened, but at the end,
Right.
everything's good to go. You see how it all starts to build up, and you start to get to like it starts to climax. You start seeing all the people coming together. You see your favorite star doing this
Right.
and doing that,
Right.
and then you can see, oh, I see how this is gonna go now. And you
Right.
start to
Right.
get that idea. You get to see the bigger picture. That's how that's gonna happen. It's not gonna be the Most High just magically. Bam, we
Yeah.
all in the land right now, and
Right.
now we have to start doing things. We got to let our actions reflect these things
Mm.
that we want the Most High to put in our life. You don't you pray for a reason, right? You pray for things to happen, but it don't just happen in a flash. Things start to build up. You got to have faith. You got to have works. Like is you got to make sure that you've repented from the things you've done. All these things build up to a point. The same thing with this. We've got to build ourselves up to this point. We can't have divisions among one another over
Kind.
silly things,
Kind. Kind.
over
Kind.
things we can't even truly comprehend. Like
Yeah.
it, some of like it's even recently, I've seen that there's going to be a debate about the Sabbath, the lunar Sabbath, right?
Mm.
Like there's going to be a debate between two camps about the lunar Sabbath. Like it's coming up. I think it was Believers of the Way in
Believe it.
Genesis.
Yeah. I seen that.
I think that's who it was, if I
Yeah.
remember right.
Yeah.
Like it's they're gonna talk about the lunar Sabbath. One believes that the Sabbath happens at some point in time, another at another time. But the most important thing is that we're trying to keep the Sabbath to the
Exactly.
best of our ability. I
Exactly.
can
Exactly.
like it's because none of us have the 100% truth.
Truth of it. Right.
None
Right.
of us do.
Right.
We can just go off of everything we've learned and we researched of how we understand it, because it said the Bible says that we'll see eye to eye when the Most High brings back the captivity of Zion.
Right.
So maybe like this, we keep the Sabbath day from Friday evening to Saturday evening, but then the people that have the lunar Sabbath, it kind of rotates everyone. They might be right when the Most High come back and he set the times right. Every month might have the same amount of days and time, so it works perfectly.
Right.
Like is we don't have to rely on Friday, it knowing that it's Friday evening. We don't have to rely on that anymore, because everything will run as it perfectly should. But until then, we just have to keep what we have until he comes back.
Yeah, and we can't, and then that's a great point, man, because we can't say, well, I'm not able to do the Sabbath, man, because I don't know what it is. We talking about the Gregorian calendar, whatever the Greeks,
Kind.
whatever it is. We can't
Mhm.
say, well, just because we don't know what it is, we're not going to try. We're just going to
Right.
wait because I don't know what the perfect day is or whatsoever. So I'm not going to try to keep the Sabbath, man, because I don't know. You can't do that because the Lord told
Mhm.
us to practice. We got to try our best, man, to keep these righteous acts the best of our ability. That doesn't mean that we're going to be able to. No one knows truly, to be honest, man. But to get up and down and look at it and start pointing fingers and say, we have it. No, you don't have it. I have it. No, this person have it. That's going against the purpose, man. We need to make sure, man, that we're coming together like what you brought out in Zephaniah. That's the big thing. Maybe once we learn how to come together, man, and be the one nation, like you said in Ezekiel 37, the Lord will reveal these things to us, man, if we come together like we're supposed to come together.
That's
Holding
a good
grudges
point.
towards each other, man, and saying, no, you're not doing it right. You're not. I'm going on. We got to stop that, man. We just got to come together as the nation of Israel. The Lord made
Mhm.
18 nations. We Israel. So let's
Mhm.
come together so we can learn, man. Let's come back to the statutes, laws, and commandments, man, so we can learn together.
That's how we start to build with one another. I know brothers that keep the lunar Sabbath, but I don't like. Oh, I don't mess with him because he keep a lunar Sabbath.
Right, right,
He's still my brother. We just have different understandings of when the Sabbath is, and I can deal with that.
right.
I can deal with that because it's my brother, and it's not like he's intentionally doing something wrong or I'm trying to intentionally do something wrong. We're both trying to keep the Sabbath as the
Mhm.
Bible says. We just have different understandings of how to keep it. Like it's
Right,
the Bible doesn't say forever it'll be on this day at this time to give us clear direction of how to keep it. But when the Most High gathers us together, we'll have all of this.
we will.
So we have to keep that in mind that we have to be brethren to one another.
Yes.
Like it's just because you don't see it my way, I'm not gonna call you a fool. I'm not gonna
No,
call you stupid. I'm
not at
like
all.
it's I'm like it. We just have a difference of understanding, but you still my brother.
That's right.
Long as we keep it law, statutes, commandments. Now you try to start telling me something different, like we ain't got to keep the law. Like
That's
is
another.
that's a whole different story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a whole different story. But as long as you know, like you say, we got to keep the law. You might not want to, you might not wear fringes. I heard some brothers say they wear fringes only for like festive events. That's what that means. I've heard that. I've heard people say we're not supposed to wear the zit, or we're not supposed to wear the tassels, but we're supposed to wear just the ones that go all the way around, like the frills. You know what I'm saying? I've
Right.
heard people say that, but I'm on like it's in my mind. I say you're trying to do the best. You're trying to keep the law to the best of your ability,
That's it. That's
to
what
the
matters.
best of your understanding. That's how you're trying to do it. I'm still gonna do it my way. You do it your way. But when the Most High comes and gathers us again, He gonna tell us, brother, don't do it both right. You can do it that time and this time. We don't know how the Most High is gonna say, but we at that time we know that we have to come together at some point. We
At
have
some
to we have to mend the breaches. We
right, right,
have to be
right.
we have to be brotherly with one another. It says that Hebrew 13:1, let brotherly love
Yeah,
continue. Let
yeah.
brotherly love continue. We've got to do that. We've got to allow brotherly love to continue. I can't just because I understand something different from you, push you to the side. You're still Israel. You're still my brother. When you start breaking the law, I still gotta love you. The love just looks different. I gotta
Right,
rebuke you to get you right because we can't suffer sin upon one another.
right. Time.
But the
All praise
main
to the
point
Most
of
High.
that, yeah, all praise to the Most High. We have to come together at some point so
That's
that
right.
we can get away from this wicked system. As you see every day, it's something new and something
Mm-hmm.
more wicked.
Devious and wicked, man. But
Mhm.
Slocky, got to go on that what you was talking about with Joseph when you was talking about action. I'm gonna read two precepts real quick and I turn it back over to you. I'm gonna
Okay.
read First Samuel chapter 2. I'm gonna read 3, 6, and 7 real quick to go off on that. Um, what you talked about when you said it's gotta be action. This is First Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, "Talk no more so exceedingly proudly. Let not arrogance come out of your mouth.
Mm.
For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed." Everything is in order for you
Mm.
to tell someone you love them, you see some, it's got to come with action. You don't just say it, man, and don't do nothing behind it. The Most High shown action when he threw Joseph into slavery, when he sold him into Egypt to break this promise come true. He did some action, right? We
That's
got to
right.
have the same thing, man. We can't just sit on the sideline, man. We got to put action into it, brothers and sisters, right? We got to be at class. We got to be on the Shabbat. We got to show the Lord our hearts as hearts for him. We got to
Mm.
stop talking about it, man. We got to stop saying it's okay that I lack in this area. If you lacking in this area, man, you really need to fast and pray on that thing, man, about the Most High, man, to get that thing cleaned up for you. Because like the op brought out earlier, man, we get to the land, the Lord take us to the land, man. If we ain't cleaned up, we just gonna do the same thing we doing now, and that just can't come
Mm.
about at all, right? Verse 6: the Lord killeth and maketh alive; he bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. He brought Joseph to the grave, man. Joseph was being taught by his father Jacob, who he loved, and all of a sudden now he went to the grave, man. He went all the way down into Egypt, man. How do you go from being on top to the bottom at quick? Because the Most High is telling you that.
Mm.
The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich, and he bringeth low and he lifteth up, only to lift up Joseph in the end. That's the
That's
Most
right.
High doing this thing, man. And that's why we give
Mm.
him our praises, because guess what, Israel? The land, the Goshen, the land that we talking about today, the Most High gonna lift Israel up in the end. So we give him our praise and glory for that, man. Right? It's very important, man, as we keep you in tune with this, man, of the land of Goshen, man. Because if we don't know how to keep our money and keep all our economic, build up our own economic form and everything, man, we're going to keep doing the same thing over and over until eventually we are going to crash.
That's right.
Giving our money to them, and we don't even think about keeping it within our community to help build
Mm-mm.
us up. This is why they asked Pharaoh for that. This land is a separation from Canaan. It's a land of Egypt. I'm sorry, it's a separation from it, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's a good point. That's a very good point because we got that separation from Canaan, and that's Egypt. Egypt bondage. We've got to free our minds from that.
Right, right.
Another good point you talked about is building up our economics. Now, what's so funny is the reason I came up with this idea. It's not 100% original idea. I heard it from another leader in Israel. He was talking about that. I first heard it about Goshen from him, and I was like, "Oh my Goshen, what is this all about?" Right? And he was talking about how the children of Israel they had a Goshen. So I had to look into it, and it kind of reminded me of like our situation that we have here in America. Like it's we wanna be a part of America. Like we want to live in America, but don't want to be a part of America. 'Cause we were just waiting for the Most High to move us. Like it's to have the other nations take us to our land or whatnot, or the Most High to be like, hey, y'all gonna get you're gonna get your reparations, and there's gonna be a big war. After this big war, you're gonna be able to go on the land, and you're gonna be able to live there, live in safety, whatever it goes. Because we already know that's war in the land.
Right.
All we waiting for is the big pop off, and then so we can get back to that land.
Right.
That's all we waiting for.
That's right.
But in the meantime, we've got to gather ourselves together. Financially, we need to be supporting each other. We've got to break our financial bonds to this world. Because imagine if we do get reparations. What is that reparations going to go towards with the mindset that we have now?
Back to him.
Like it's just gonna be just like the Dave Chappelle skit when they got reparations.
No, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Ashley Larry bought he bought a whole truck of Newports.
Yeah.
Some lady bought a baby. But in honesty, all you're gonna do, you're gonna go out there in the mindset that our people have. We're gonna go out there and support the other nations. We're gonna be buying Louis, Gucci, Birkin bags, red bottoms. We're gonna gold grills, gold chains, diamonds, all this stuff, and we're gonna put it right back in their hand. We're gonna put it right back in the hand of the people that we claim oppress us. It's gonna go right back to the government, and they're gonna be like, "Well, thank you, black people. Now we can. That's over with. You're back to your old status because you can't afford afford to pay taxes on your $1.5 million house that you just had to have.
Wow.
You can't afford that. So thank you. You're just giving it right back to us, and we're gonna evict you from your land shortly. Thank you." That's what would happen today with our mindset if we decided we got our reparations and we wanted to separate from America. We would just give our money right back to them.
Yeah.
Most people would. Most people aren't going to go out and do what needs to be done, buying land, setting up houses, building cities, coming up with your own economic currency among one another.
Right.
Like it's because back in the day, gold and silver and stuff wasn't really what you would use to get things. You could literally bargain with like, hey, chief, I know you growing cucumbers over there. For some of them cucumbers, I'll give you one of my stocks of lettuce, and I'll throw in some radishes and stuff for it, and I'll throw in a goat if you can put me on the list for next year.
Right.
And then chief like, oh man, that's a deal. I got you. And that's how we would deal with each other. And that is, what money did I spend? What money did I spend? I bought the seed, planted the stuff, grew the things my own self, and then traded with amongst one another. Not a dollar went to no one else but
Right.
between us.
Mm.
And that's how we could live, but we're too comfortable living in America.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we
The
are.
way that America wants you to live, they feed you hip hop, ratchet, trap music, tell
Mm.
you that's your culture, baby mama, baby daddy, all that. All, they just feed you with that. BET stands for Black Entertainment Television, but all it is a bunch of ratchet stuff, a bunch of drama, nothing Shoot, I remember when it used to have educational stuff on it. They
Ain't
like on the
that way no
weekend,
more.
on the weekends they would talk about business, 500 businesses or businesses that are doing well in the black community. Don't know nothing about that. Our children won't know nothing about that by watching BET. They'll
No,
know twerking and drama.
that's it. That's all it's publicized. That's what it's used for. It's to
Mm,
control us, man. Program the
mm,
people, man. So we sitting back watching this. They feeding us what they want to feed us, man. And our people
mhm.
sit there and just believe it and eat it and eat it and eat it and never get full. They just constantly consume, man. And now you're overweight. You can't move. You can't go nowhere. You ain't got time to work. You ain't trying to get out there in the field, man, and plant. You ain't trying to get out there and build up the community, man. You ain't doing that now. You know, you weighing over 500 plus now, man. You got to
Man,
understand, man, that is not how the Most High, that was never part of his plan at
mm-mm,
all, man. The
mm-mm.
Most High chose us, man, and put us above every other nation on the earth for a reason.
That's
And
right.
we got to carry this thing out, man. We got to stop playing with these Semitics, man, and people saying, well, you know, I've been in America so long, I'm just going to deal with it, man. Why would you deal with it? Why would you just settle? When the Most High has told you, I've placed you, but you don't really understand why you where you at right now.
Mm-mm,
I'm pretty sure when Joseph was in prison, I'm pretty sure there
mhm.
had to be some times of him saying, what in the world is going on? I was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. I was out here doing loving my father, man, and now I'm here. What am
Mm.
I doing here? But you know what he did, man? He kept
That.
pressing on.
Mhm.
Even through the heartache and pain, man, adversity, Joseph pressed up. What if he would have given up in that moment? Think about that, Israel. Would we be able to get to this land of Goshen if he would have just went on and said, like, you know, you done heard brothers and sisters today be like, man, look, I'm going through something right now. When I get done, we done talk to that be out there at camp. When I get done going through what I'm going through, I'm gonna come to the Most High, man. I mean, what if he was like that?
Mm.
Come on, man.
Mm-mm-mm.
But it's a beautiful thing to know that the Most High knows every man's heart as well as he knew Joseph's heart. He knew he wouldn't crack. He didn't crack,
Mm.
man. He did not
And
crack.
crumble.
He did
Mm-mm. Not crack, didn't crumble,
not.
nothing. He just kept. He was in the place to be. He could have been a wicked ruler.
He could have. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good
He
point. Yeah, never
he
thought about
could
it.
have been
Yeah,
wicked. He could have been a wicked ruler and be like, "Hey Pharaoh, just tax all these people, take all their money, take all their stuff." But he thought about the people. He thought about his people and the
yeah,
people of the land
right,
because he knew that how beneficial it would be to have everybody benefiting him.
right, right.
The Most High set it up that way.
He
Like
did.
it's when the righteous are in rule, the
Oh
people
yeah,
rejoice.
that's right.
But while the wicked is doing that thing, everybody mourning. Like it's and that's what's happening in America.
Exactly.
Nobody truly. Everybody's got that. I'm okay. That what's that meme with the dog
Yeah,
sitting in the fire? Like everything's okay.
mhm.
That's the status of Black America. We just kind of I'm fine.
That's
Everything's
crazy.
okay.
It's
Like
crazy.
it's but the whole like it's we know that the whole city, the whole country is basically burning.
Yeah,
We got all this wickedness going around us, like it's, and we're trying to bid our people back to the Most High to humble themselves and come back to Him. We go out to try to teach them the law so they can come back, but they what do? They're so comfortable, they just turn. Mm, mm. Imagine, imagine if that would have been our people in Egypt if they never
right.
said anything. We still be there today.
Right.
but they cried out. The Lord said He heard their cry.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That means we have to cry out to the Most High.
That's
We
right.
can't just be comfortable. You can't just be comfortable with just living in America. You
Mm,
can't be.
mm,
You
mm.
have to do something.
That's right.
You
That's
have
true.
like it. I thought that scripture that said your actions are
Mm,
weighed. Not
mm-hmm.
my if I could do, if I
I
could
had,
this, shoulda, woulda, couldas.
right.
Nah, that's not how they're weighed. You're weighed by your actions,
That's right.
the things you do. And
Come
that's
on.
what we're trying to do. We're trying to provoke you that is watching this to take some actions.
Yeah.
Gather with your people, right?
Yeah. Kind.
Start thinking about the economic impact that we have on America. They said we have like 1.4 or 1.3 trillion dollars that we put into the economy.
Yeah.
Just us.
Just us alone. Wow.
Imagine if we took that money, like it took a step back and be like, I'm willing to be uncomfortable for this amount of time so my people could win.
Mm, mm.
And think about this. They did that during the civil rights time, right? They went
You
out and marched, they were bit, they were sprayed with water hose. They became uncomfortable so that you can be comfortable right now. So
action.
what kind of sacrifices are you willing to make now so that your children can be comfortable?
Mm.
They're the future, right? Or are we so selfish that all we care about is what the here and the now, and we're not thinking about the world to come?
Mm-mm. No
Because
clue.
you can either build up in righteousness or tear down in wickedness.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
That's it. That's the coin. You have two sides to this coin. You can either build in righteousness or tear down in wickedness.
Hey,
But
that makes
we're
that
telling
makes
each
me
other
kind
to
of
build it,
soft.
right? We're sitting here trying to tell you how to build it.
Yeah,
We're trying
yeah.
because the most high gonna come in. He gonna tear it all that like Esau. He said his kingdom because that's the stuff that you want to keep. You want to keep your creature comforts. He said you gonna you'll build up, but I'm gonna tear down.
I'm gonna throw it down. I'm gonna throw it down.
He said that in Obadiah. He said I'm gonna tear that down. You're gonna try to build up, tear down, and you having your hand in that. Guess what? That's a part of your own destruction. You got a hand in your own destruction when you try to further the things that aren't of God.
Right, right.
The Most High said, like this, the Edomites, they're the border of wickedness. You trying to be like the Edomites, living in their creature comforts. If it's gonna get tore down, guess what? The things that you love in wickedness are gonna be tore down.
That's right. Right. The
So
fall.
why not build them up in righteousness? I land my plane.
Yeah, yeah. That's a great point. I like that though, man. Build up in righteous or tear down in wicked. Kind of reminds me, it makes me think of Saul. He did the exact same thing, was building up in the righteousness, and then allowed the wicked to hit him. He tore it, mud. That whole thing came crashing down right before his eyes, man. But also
Mm,
to that point too, man, it's like seeing our brothers and sisters not learning that the only way to change your mindset is through the word of God, man. Like you won't
mhm.
even think that way no more. You won't even feel like, man, this is it for me. I'm gonna settle here. There's no other exit for us, man. You if you read the word of God begins to change your mind, man. Your heart.
Mm.
It takes your heart, man, and it creates a new heart, man. And you start thinking through the eyes of God, man. You start seeing, feeling, touching, believing, man, and knowing, hey, man, wait a minute, man. I'm more special than what they told me. Now I know we ain't got time, but I was gonna go pull that precept in where Hannah, when she had prayed for Samuel, the first prophet of Israel, man, when she prayed for
Mhm.
him, man, and turned around and Eli and his two sons died. And then when they went to the land to get the Ark of the Covenant back, because Dagon, the Philistines, Dagon, they had got together and decided we cannot keep this ark here. And the first thing they said was, man, matter of fact, can I just read that real quick? It's gonna take
Go
30
for it.
seconds, y'all. Real quick.
Go
I want
ahead.
y'all to see this, man.
I'll read it for you.
Okay. Let me see if I can get that real quick. I think it's First Samuel, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see that. I just remember I love that alone, man. I went with the part where they said these gods. I was like, oh man, that's on point. That is on point. Let's see here. Put Second Samuel.
Okay.
Let's get to. Let me go. Let me get it here real quick. My book. All praise to the Most High God.
I know the ark. That's what is that? 5? No, it's not chapter 5.
Okay. Okay. I might just start right into it. I might start. I want to start in First Samuel chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to give a little background real quick on 27 and 28 real quick. We're just going
27,
to go.
28. I got you. It's 1 Samuel 2 and 27. There came a man of God unto Eli and
Mm-hmm.
said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, did I plainly appear unto the house of thy father when they were in Egypt in Pharaoh's house?
So here's a man of the Lord coming to Eli. Now, you don't really get a full understand who the father of Eli is, but you understand he was a priest because it says priest. Go ahead, Baba
Mhm.
Kashai.
Verse 28. And did I choose him out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priest, to offer upon my altar, to burn incense, to wear an ephod before me?
You see that?
And did I?
Keep
Oh,
going, Baba
Salaki.
Kashai.
Oh, Khan. It said, and did I give unto the house of thy father all the offerings made by fire of the children of Israel?
You see that? Made by the house. I mean, this is very important, man. We understand when they come in and they touch this ark that's made for only Israel, the Most High going to show out on that, man. That's a proven point, man, to show you that this can't be for all nations because the ark was in another nation. And watch how quickly the Most High judge it, right? So, real quick, Baba Kashai, can we swing over? I'm going to go to 4.
Okay. Start from the top.
Yeah, start from the top.
Okay, this is 1 Samuel 4 and verse 1. And the word of Samuel came to all Israel. Now Israel went out against the Philistines to battle and pitched beside Ebenezer, and the Philistines pitched in Ephah. And the Philistines put themselves in array against Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And when they joined battle, Israel was smitten before the Philistines. And they slew of the army of the field about 4,000 men.
4,000 men of Israel fell that day against the
Mhm,
Philistines, right?
mhm.
Why? We're going to keep going real quick.
Verse 3. And when the people were come into the camp, the elders of Israel said, Wherefore hath the Lord smitten us today before the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the covenant out of the Lord, Salakia. Let us fetch the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of Shiloh unto us, that when it cometh among us, it may save us out of the hands of our enemy.
Hey, the Lord gave them the ark for a reason. So that's when the Lord is doing battle for Israel, man. Right? And see, without the ark, the Israelites fell to the Philistines. So the elders came and said, quickly, we got to let the ark go before us, right? Let me go ahead and get to my point on verse 8, Baba Kashai, real quick, because I want to stay on this Goshen. Verse 8. Listen to this real quick. Listen to this.
Verse 8. Woe unto us! Who shall deliver us out of the hands of these mighty gods?
Out of the hands of these what?
These mighty gods.
Because when they went back and destroyed to get these Philistines, the Philistines are asking this question: who is going to save us from these mighty gods? Remember what Christ said in Psalms 82:6. You are called gods. Go ahead, Baba Shah.
Verse 8, continuing verse 8. These are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness.
These are the gods. There is no other nation in the Bible called gods other than Israel. Here are these Philistines telling you that the Israelites are gods. Y'all need to get hold of that, man. If you get time to read this story right here, go read about it, man. Really take your time to go study and read about it, man. I just want to touch that point real quick, man, to let you know Joseph was a god in Egypt, right? The Bible says God said he made Moses to be a god, man. We are gods, man. And we got to start believing that. Not just saying reading it. It's no, we got to start believing that thing, man.
That's right. We
Pick
got to.
47.
You want to go to where?
You was done with 47?
We're gonna go down to, I think, where did we stop off at? 6?
Damn, hold on, I'm in the wrong one. Hold on. Sloppy guy. No, we stopped at we at 9.
At 9? Oh,
Yeah.
continue. This is just gonna finish. This is just gonna finish off the whole thing.
In
As we read down to 12.
12, okay. Verse 9. And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, the days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years. Few and evil have the days of the years of my life been, and have
Mm-hmm.
not obtained unto the days of the years of the life of my fathers in the days of their pilgrimage.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from before Pharaoh. And Joseph placed his father and his brethren and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, and in the land of Ramses.
Where in the best of what?
And gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the
Mm-hmm.
land of Ramses, as Pharaoh had commanded.
Verse 12.
Verse 12. And Joseph nourished his father and his brethren and all his household with bread according to their families.
So, and then the Most High, because the Most High put Joseph there. So, by proxy, the Most High nourished all of Israel.
That's it, right. That's right.
He nourished them in the land of Goshen, because he gave them the best of the land.
Yes,
Now we know that the Most High could have hardened Pharaoh's heart, right? He did it before. He did it in the Exodus, right?
he did. He did.
When he did what he hardened his heart just to show his power. But the Most High was like, it's to preserve our life. He gave Pharaoh a heart of flesh and not of stone, and he blessed us because Joseph blessed him. And that's
Right.
how that like it's and that's how it will that's how it works. Like, it's for the other nations, for them to get a blessing, they gotta bless us.
That's right. Like Pharaoh did. Right.
Now don't get it confused. Blessing and salvation are two different
Two
things.
different things. Yeah, it
Two
is.
different things.
Yeah,
But people try to put them together. See, the
they
lady
do.
got blessed, so she got salvation. No, you didn't see it. You don't see it in this text. You didn't see it in that text in Matthew. Like, this is a blessing. This was a blessing. It's a big blessing, but a blessing. But it all came from the Most High, because he's the one that put Joseph in the land to
He
set us
did.
up to save our lives, just as Chief brought out earlier,
Right. Right.
to put us in our Goshen.
That's right.
In the Most High, he's given us the mind to create the blueprint so that we can start to build our Goshen. But it all starts with actions. We have to do things. We have to do some things. And what does the Most High say that we have to do so we can build our Goshens, right?
Right.
I model it off of Jeremiah 29. Can we read that real quick?
Jeremiah 29.
We're gonna start from the top.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, starting from the top. Now, these are the words of the letter that Jeremiah the prophet sent from Jerusalem unto the residue of the elders which were carried away captives, and to the priests, and to the prophets, and to all the people whom Nebuchadnezzar had carried away captive from Jerusalem to Babylon.
Now, they're talking about the people that are captives. We're captives to this day, right? We're captives of America because we don't have no land to go back to.
Right.
They couldn't tell us where we had to go, where we go back to. Luckily, these people, they knew, the Israelites knew where they came from and how to get back there. Continue.
After the Jeconiah, the king and the queen and the eunuchs, the princes of Judah and Jerusalem, the carpenters and the smiths were departed from Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
By the land of the Elisha, the son of Shaphat, and Amariah, the son of Hakiah, whom Zedekiah,
Zedekiah, king of Judah,
sent unto Babylon, under Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon.
And that's where we're at now. We're in Babylon. We were carried from Jerusalem to Babylon. We're in spiritual Babylon. at this moment, like it's, but they were physically taken from there. So here comes the outline of what we should be doing while we are away from our land. Like it's, this is the outline, the blueprint of what we should be doing during that time. Go ahead.
Build ye houses and dwell in them, and plant gardens and eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives and beget sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there and not diminished.
Let's read down to 7.
Verse 7. And seek the peace of the city, whether I have caused you to be carried away captives, and pray unto the Lord for it. For in the peace thereof shall ye have peace.
So let's tie this all together. While you're in your captivity, you aren't to be a bum. Like it's, you got to make a life for yourself. Some people like to say, while you're in this captivity, you shouldn't want anything. You shouldn't be trying to get houses. You shouldn't be trying to get land. You don't even worry about getting married. Like it's, you in your captivity. But what did the Lord say? The Lord said, in your captivity, that he caused you to be carried away because we were disobedient. We got carried away into captivity, as it says in Deuteronomy 28. Right. We'll be carried away to our captivity for our disobedience. Like it's, while we're there, like it's, build ye houses and dwell in them. That means make a living for yourself. And it says, and plant gardens.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing we have to start learning. Like it's, because the Lord said he loves husbandry. Like right. It's like we talked about. Genesis tells you what? Genesis says that you got to work by the sweat of your brow for the land, for the good of the land. So you're gonna have to throw your back into it to make a living for yourself. And it says, and eat the fruit of them. So when we make these gardens like this, because that's our next step right there, is to becoming self-sufficient away from Babylon. Us taking care of ourselves, we gotta learn how to plant gardens,
right,
and then eat the fruit of them. Because then once we're planting the seeds, if we know what's growing, we know what went into them. We know that they're not genetically modified.
Right.
Just like we were talking about, they're now putting vaccines in foods. That's a thing. But when I know Chief got the cucumbers over there, I know he ain't putting no vaccines in no food
at all. Natural.
Then I can go to Chief. I need some of that fruit. We can swap it. We become self-reliant on each other, and that's how we're eating. That's how we make our living. We're taking care of one another.
That's right.
Then it says, take ye wives. Like it. So it's basically saying, and multiply. That whole section right there, in verse 6, it's basically saying, men, take women, have children. And then when you have children, give your children to so that they can have husbands and they can have wives, and that they can have children, so that you be as the sands of the sea,
right,
and not be diminished. Because they'll want to. Because I've heard the doom and gloom doctrine. You ain't supposed to do nothing in here. You ain't supposed to have nothing while you're in captivity. You're not supposed to have children in captivity. Then how are we gonna become as sands of the sea?
Right.
If we ain't supposed to do none of this stuff in captivity. Well,
the
Lord gonna snap his fingers and it's gonna be a million of us.
Come on. Really? Come on.
Like he said, the Most High isn't a genie. You got to take actions. Chief said it best. You've got to take action.
You got to.
You can't sit around on your hands like that. That reminds me of what's it called? We call it couch Christianity, where you sit around and just believe things. I believe it's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen, but it's just gonna magically happen. Oh, I got fired from my job. I believe the Lord gonna get me a job. I'm just gonna sit here and then the job gonna fall in my lap. That ain't happen. You got to get out there, put in the work. You gotta make sure your resume is nice like this. Then you gotta dress up when you go to the interview. You got to dress up, even if it's a
Do your part.
like it. Thank you. Exactly. You've got to do things. There's actions you got to do. You can't just think the Most High is gonna just, oh, we're just gonna multiply out of nowhere. You've got to multiply among yourselves.
Right. Time.
And we know we got to drink from our own cisterns.
That's it. That's it.
Don't Hey, leave these other nations alone, because they'll take you away from your God. They'll teach you. They'll have an Israelite loving his wife go right back to Christianity
Mm-hmm.
because his wife loves paganism.
Mm.
Shoot, the best, one of the best of us got. That's how he got God. Is that not how Solomon fell?
That's right. That's right.
The women got him back into it. Not to say that he at that in his old age he became weak of the mind and just let him and just like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna whatever my wife want me to do. I'm gonna do it regardless of how if it's against the law or not. The Lord didn't give you wisdom to fumble it.
Mm-hmm.
Solomon fumbled the kingdom. He lived in a time of peace. He was the wisest man, and he fumbled the kingdom for women and idols. That's
Mhm.
crazy to me.
Right. Right.
Are we gonna do that though? Is that your goal? Is to fumble the kingdom? Or are you gonna live by these words of wisdom to the day you die? Those are the actions you have to take.
Right. Right.
Go ahead.
Hey, to keep on with that, I'll throw a precept in there.
Okay.
Genesis 47 and 27, real quick. Throw one right in there. What you was talking about planting this, and how it should in the land of Goshen, man. And what we supposed to do? We're supposed to be multiplying exceedingly. The Bible says, right?
Mhm. So this is Genesis 47 and 27. And it reads, and Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt, in the country of Goshen, and they had possessions therein, and grew and multiplied exceedingly.
It said they had possessions and they multiply exceedingly. Right.
Mm,
So how are we not
right.
having? Why is it wrong to have possessions? Why is it? Well, I don't understand
Mhm.
this, man. If the Lord is telling you when we was in our land, we had possessions, we
That's right.
exceedingly, we multiplied. Right. When it comes to sons, daughters, your wives and stuff, man, we was exceedingly. God made sure He put us above all nations, man, and giving us this blessing, man, that we was going to multiply, man, and have possessions after possessions. And now look at us today. Take a good look at
Hmm.
us today, man, because we put
Hmm.
all our trust in this other nations that we looking to save us as the precept we brought out
Hmm.
earlier. They're not going to save you. We got
Hmm.
so much going on right now with the vaccines and foods and everything, man, that's going on in America right now. We are not, I tell you what I believe. I believe the Most High is roughing this thing up. Hey,
Mm.
since I ain't gonna move like you're supposed to move, put some hot coal up under you. I'm gonna get this thing bottled up a little bit. Now you ain't gonna have no choice. Those of you that don't know how to sow, you're about to learn real quick now. We're gonna have to
Hmm.
sow these, we got to plant our own fruit and stuff, man, our vegetables, man. We're gonna have to rely on each other like never before.
That's
It's
right.
coming to that point now, right? So that's why, and I'll praise to the Most High. Hopefully next week, as we continue this, man, it goes into teaching the children of Israel how to sow, how to be fruitful, so that we can know, hey, we can turn to each other in our time of need while we in the land of our captivity. We got our
Hmm.
brothers to lean on, man, our sisters to lean on, right? Yo, heads, man, what's up, man? I'm over here, man. I need this. I got you, man. So we ain't got to go get it from a
Hmm.
store. Now that they put all them vaccines and all the food and everything, you talking about, I ain't taking a shot. You will once you eat it.
Yep.
And that's what it has done came to now. And our people as unaware because our people are not paying attention, man. Right?
That's right.
Joseph paid attention. Even though he was in captivity, he paid attention. So when that storm came, the Lord hit him with that dream, Pharaoh with that dream. That's why he was ready. The brother was staying ready. And we got to be that way too. We got to stay ready. He was locked ready in and out of season. So when they pulled him up out there, he told him exactly what that dream meant. And this is what you're going to have to do. And he told him. And it say, preserve it, save Israel. Right?
And that's a good point. He was paying attention. He was listening to the mind that the Most High had gave him,
That's right.
not listening to the things of the world. And because of that, they waxed exceedingly in the land. They
Mhm.
multiplied. You can see that when you read the beginning of Exodus, it goes into that.
Yeah,
Like it's because
that does.
Jacob passes, they all go into the land. All of them. It tells you that all of the different tribes went into the land except for Joseph, because he was already there. Let me read that real quick. In it, Exodus 1 and verse 7. And it said, and the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly. Now that ties into just what Chief just brought out.
Hmm.
Like yes, they increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them.
Kind,
He was
kind.
filled with the children of Israel. So our Goshen was filled. We
That's right.
multiplied, we were fruitful, and our land was filled.
That's right.
But it took actions.
Yeah, it
It took
did.
actions. It took actions to get that all running.
That's right. All praise to the Most High, man. And that's what it's going to take, right? Because all this is that we're reading from that Jeremiah 29, actually, Isaiah 65 and 21. Hey, this is our community. This is
Mm,
for us.
let's get that.
This ain't for other people. Don't feel bad. Don't get to a point where you're talking about we need to get our own land and build our own community. Yeah. Ain't this the whole purpose that the Most High said, I have severed you? I've cut you off. He didn't say I kept you. He said I cut you off. So just because we're in the land of our captivity doesn't mean that we can't cut off from them. We can buy our own
Hmm.
land, build our own houses, right? Build our own community up.
Yep, that's right.
We already done it before. Showed them we don't need him in the Black Wall Street. So it can be done. You know it can be done. It's
Yep.
just taking action to it. Putting our heads together and everything, man. Everyone coming with their gifts and talents that the Most High has blessed them with and begin to build brick by brick foundation. Start from the bottom and build that thing
Mm,
straight up, man.
that's right. Yeah, we can have what I like to call separation without isolation. We ain't got to be in the middle of a desert. Like it's we can have our Goshen even within, like say that you can't get your land right there. In our communities, we can start all growing now. We start growing things, selling things, take our stuff to the farmers market. Like start building up for our community, for our Goshen.
Right.
Then we can take that money, and then we can separate ourselves from the city,
That's right. That's
put
right.
ourselves in a land, because like it's when we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we're separated from the wickedness of our communities. We start to have our culture again. We start to have reverence for our God again. He said that we would be blessed in the city and in the field.
That's right. That's right.
He said those things. Those were the blessings in Deuteronomy 28.
That's right.
We'll be
That's right.
blessed in the field and in the city. So while we're here keeping law, statutes, commandments, we can be blessed. Like he's put whatever we put our hands to do, he can bless that so that we can build. Once we build,
Come on.
then we can separate from them.
Come on.
Like just like they did here. They separated from Canaan, joined it like this, and had
Mhm.
their own land, multiplied, was fruitful, and became a great and mighty people.
That's right. And you said
So
that
big
mighty
and
was
mighty.
big. That's
Yep.
right.
Look, so big and mighty that the next ruler was like, man, I gotta do something before they become too powerful, too big. Like it
Hey,
that we like it should strike the fear in people that we
right.
how mighty we are through the Most High.
And what you said right there of the separate, hey, that's in the law, man. Moses himself says separate us from all the other people on the face of the earth. That didn't change.
Mm-mm.
So in order for us to be separated, we have to have our own land. We have to have our own community. We have to have our own food source, our economic. We got to have all this by ourselves. We have to detach from them, even though we're still in our captivity with them.
That's
But
right.
we have to make a distinct where we can be away from them, right? Because we did it right here. We did it when we went to Egypt, when Joseph went there, and Pharaoh gave him the land. Take your people, y'all get the best of the land. Go rule that right there and rule it well. So
That's
it's
right.
been done before, so it can be done again.
That's
We
right.
just got to have the mindset to do that and look forward to that and stop with the, oh, that's rule, that's a hate speech, and stop. Listen, matter of fact, before we go, if I read that 65 and 21, I'm going to read that one in Exodus 33 and 16 real quick. This is what it says in Exodus 33 in verse 16. Like, it's very important that we understand how to separate. Just because we in this land, we need to separate. It says, for Salaki, for wherein shall ye be known here that I in thou people have found grace in thy sight? Is it not in thou that goest with us? So shall we be separated, I and thy people, from all the people that are upon the face of the earth.
That's
Moses
good.
says, separate us from all of the rest of the people. So it's not wrong for Israel to set themselves apart. Get away, man. And let's learn this thing on our own, man. You know, they gave us all kind of, they got a head start on us, man. That's why their communities and everything banging and everything, man. We have yet to start. We take what they give us, drugs in the community, guns, and we use that, man, saying since we can't take the time out to learn, we just gonna go ahead, man, and get it a quick, easy, and wicked way. Let's just kill our brother, sell drugs to them, man. Let's just go ahead and do that, man. Right? Not minded at all, man. So when you come up with this ideal, man, our brothers and sisters are like, nah, man, we've been here too long. That's like we got to start here, start there. I ain't got time to go through all that process equals progress. I ain't got time for all that. I'm in the here and now, man. And when you can't be like it, because take a look at Joseph, man. He didn't get no shortcut. The man started from the bottom. I know y'all heard that song, started from the bottom. Now I'm here. Started from the brother.
They did. They did.
Right? No shortcuts, man. The Lord is telling us, even though you in your land, you still can multiply the captivity of the land. You can multiply, and you can have possessions, and you can exceed in that thing, man. That's right. How much mercy and grace He got for us to allow us to still do that in our captivity.
That's right. That's right. He definitely can. He can do that. That's nothing that the Most High can't do.
Right.
There's nothing that he like. It'll take you all day to tell you to find that something that the Most High can't do. Well, like it's actually, Most High not a man that he should lie, so he can't lie. Like it's, and when he says things, can't take it back.
No, sir.
His words don't return to him void
at all.
And that's it.
Yes, that's right. They become pleasing. So when
that's the only thing I can think. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
He can't lie because he's righteous. Like it's, which ties into when he says something, he got to do
it. It comes to pass, man.
He said yes, when he couldn't swear on nothing but his name, nothing higher but his name. Like it's, but that's the things we have to look forward to. The things Chief was bringing out, things we're bringing out tonight, are the things that we have to look forward to.
We do.
We have to start building our Goshen. Like it's, and that's what he said. We're gonna bring out next week. We're gonna have a little more to add on to this,
right?
About the Goshen. Like it's because, you know, when you have your Goshen, will be separated and isolated without being completely isolated. But at the same time, there was also the assurance of safety in your Goshen.
Right.
And you saw that if you know the story of Passover, we were still in the land. We were still in Goshen during that time when all the plagues was going on in the land. You didn't hear anything about, and the Israelites suffered during this time as well.
Ooh.
It just happened to the Egyptians. The Egyptians were the ones that went through all these plagues. None of that hit our land. None of that hit our Goshen because we had the protection of the Most High with us.
Oh,
we fail, and a lot of people don't have the faith or the belief that the Most High can protect you during these times. In the
yes,
midst of chaos, the Most High can have His hand over you, protecting you through all your troubles, through all everything that. Like, it's just remember when Peter, he was looking when Peter was called out to walk on the water. He started looking to the left and the right and seeing the waves and rumbling like that. We have to stay focused. We have to stay focused regardless of what the things that are going around us, because we'll start to sink and we'll lose our
mm,
protection.
mm.
Yeah, so you have to stay focused on making this Goshen. We have to, or you'll just end up sinking and falling into the things of this world and be swallowed up by the things of this world.
That's right. That's right. And that goes right along what you was talking about, how he brought the plagues upon Egypt, and none of the stuff touched us when we was there. No, none of the plagues at
Mm-mm,
all. I'm gonna read
mm-mm.
that one. The one where you talked it up in Goshen to show you that there was no flies there either. It was like Exodus 8:22.
Mhm.
Can you read that one for me real quick, Baba Kashai?
Yeah,
Exodus
yeah.
8
This
and
is
22.
this is Exodus 8. Oh, this is very. And you said 22.
22 to
Uh,
23.
22 and 23. This is Exodus 8:22 and verse 23. And it reads, and I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarm of flies shall be there.
Wow.
Mhm. And to the end that thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth.
Listen to this.
And I will put a division between my people and thy people.
They didn't catch that, Hezzy. We might have to read that one again.
Oh, I was. I was definitely gonna read that. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. But I thought Israelites were being wicked, saying that we different people.
I, I
But
I don't know
but
how
the Lord, I'm playing upon tables. The Lord said, I will put a division between my people and thy people. And he
because
said, tomorrow shall this sign be.
and watch this, and we're gonna let me get the next one too, because I want to show you why he put that division amongst them, because he always protected the children of Israel. He put
Mhm.
a division there, man, to make it where these plagues that's gonna come, these things back, it's gonna happen to Pharaoh, him, Egypt. It's not gonna happen to Israel. It's not happening to them. Watch, let's read on. Read that one more piece there, yeah.
Verse 24. And the Lord did so. And there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servant's house, and into the land of Egypt. The land was by reason of Salakia. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies.
And we already told you in the land of Goshen there was no flies.
That's right.
That's beautiful, man,
That's
to
all
show
right.
you, hey, the Most High can do what He wants, right? Hey, Shalom,
Shalom, the
y'all.
lion. Oh, and look at that. Brother Khan. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Shalom, Cole.
That's right. That's right. They want kiss. 10,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh unto thee.
Khan,
Like his.
Khan.
What's the most high? He's our protection.
Right.
That's right.
That's
Good
right.
precept right there.
Beautiful, beautiful precept.
That's right. Man, it's beautiful to have the understanding of this word, the understanding of the Bible. So we know that we have a surety that the Most High can protect us through these troubles.
That's right.
We just read it, the land of Goshen, because we're trying to create our Goshen,
That's right.
like this,
That's right.
like this. We're trying to create a land where we can be protected outside of the things that are happening in America.
That's right, man.
Hey, and
That's
hey, shout out to Divine Prospect for that information. You know, like this. That man has a lot of good information uh over in with his ministry. So yeah, really open up, really makes you think about the things that are going on in America. Kids, and now we have to get away from America. Not that brothers don't already teach that, because shout out to all the camps across the U.S. and in
Yeah.
other countries that are showing our people that we have to come out of Babylon. We got to come out of that confusion and
Yeah,
come
man.
back to the Most High because He's our protection. He's our provider. He put Joseph in he put him in captivity. Joseph didn't know what was going on, just like you said. Like, man, I don't know why I'm here. But the Most High had the big picture. He's the director. He knew the beginning to the end. Like he knew how it was all gonna play out, and it was to preserve
Mm-hmm.
life. And that's what the Most High is doing through us today to give you the information so that you can create a Goshen, that we can create a Goshen here in Knoxville so that we can preserve life. And we
Kind,
know what the life is, the commandments of life.
kind, kind. That's life.
They
That's life.
bring light, yeah, in life.
That's right, man. That's right. All praises to the Most High, man. And I
Kind.
pray that that's an edification for Israel, man, to start thinking, start having that thinking pattern. Change your thinking, man. Now no longer just be like, man, I'm just here. I'm just here. It's just about me and just this one piece of house, man. No, man. Israel's a nation. We're a whole nation together, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we come together. Think if we could take everything that we've learned, everything that we went to school for and learned, man. Think what we could do for our nation itself, man.
That's right.
Especially when it comes to these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And think how much damaging it would do to the economy, to theirs. It's going to
To their
crash
economy.
anything, man.
Mm-hmm.
They going then that's you ain't seen nothing yet to that happen. They gonna know where it's come. Think if all them athletes and stuff, man, start really coming back to the Most High God, saying, man, I can't play like Kyrie said, man, at time, man. Look, man, forget that breaking the Sabbath, man. I ain't gonna play, man. You can play me any other day but the Sabbath, man. Imagine what it's gonna do to the economic system, man. It's gonna crash that thing, man. Right?
That's right.
And that's the whole purpose of the showing them that our God is God. Because this other nation that we in, all these nations and countries that we in, hey man, they can't save us. They can't, Israel. So we got to step it up. Now, let's get some garden going, man. Let's learn how to plant, right?
That's right.
We got to start having brothers coming on doing lessons. And those of you who know how to, the Lord has gifted you with this, you gotta be able to dish this out. You got to multiply. When you say the Lord, He's gonna be like, look, man, I gave that talent and gift to you to go multiply, to make more just like you and keep it going. Because it's all about the seed. What we read earlier. Multiplying, exceeding, going on and on and on, keeping this thing, man. We got to increase while everybody else decrease, man.
That's right.
That's just the truth of the matter. It ain't that, hey, man, we're a hate group or a hate speech. Man, the word itself tells us to. Didn't Peter tell you we are to obey God rather than man? Why would we listen to man and tell him, nah, it's wrong? Listen, man, I'm going to go ahead and say this, man. I remember coming down day before yesterday from the court. Man, I had to catch 2 Jehovah's Witness bodies, man. I mean, I was licking my chops, man. My sword was rusty. I had to get some blood on it, man. So, I stopped, right? And I asked them, hey, they seen me come up. They was sitting there, man. They was like, yeah, we Jehovah's Witness, man. I was like, man, hey, let me get this on real quick, man. I pulled out the video, but one of the dudes said, hey, man, because you're not putting us on video, which they understand why now at this point in time, man, because their doctrine gets confounded every time, man, right? I said to the man that was sitting down, both of them that was sitting down, he tried to run Isaiah 43 and go to verse 10. I said, why'd you skip 1? You skip verse 1, where he tells you that I formed Jacob and Israel, whom I've chosen. I said, well, that don't say everybody, sir. Y'all inserting that. Why do you insert that Israel is everyone? That's not what he's saying right here. The Lord told you I put a division. I separated. But they want you to understand and know, no, we all just got to love. We just got to come together. Most High saying, no, because we know whatever the Most High says, don't come back void. It's a pleasing. It goes forth. It comes into existence. So what's in existence right here is for the nation of Israel to be severed from other nations.
That's right.
Even though I've sent you in your captivity, you still have to have land, possession. You have to plant. You have to be by yourself. That's love, man. The Most High, he didn't just walk away and forget about us, man. He said, no, I might send you over there, but your butt better separate you. You're gonna learn one way or another.
That's right. Now we recording.
They don't like that at all, right? And I asked him this too, real quick. I said, I said, what color was Christ when he walked the earth? They said it doesn't matter. I said, so in other words, his body, him walking, actually factually walking on earth, he didn't have a color. It didn't matter what it was. They said, well, yeah, but color doesn't matter. I said, listen, we ain't talking about colorism. I'm just asking you, what color was Christ? Does the Bible say it? And the one dude just kept trying his best to say color don't matter. But the other one right there, it was rubbing him the raw way, man, because he finally got up and said, okay, yeah, the Bible does say that he had hair like wool. I said, good. Now, what race of people on earth have woolly hair? He said, you could tell he didn't want to give it up. He said, and then his friend was like, let's go to John 3:16. I said, whoa, don't go there. Hold on, man. Let's finish this point. And his friend says, it's the black people. And I said, there you go. So if so-called black folks have woolly hair, why would the angel tell Mary you're going to have a son and he should save his people, but that includes everybody? They don't make sense. Christ came to die for his people. The people that Joseph was preserved to save. That will be the Israelites. That's why the Lord put a division and all the swarming flies attacked the Pharaoh. It didn't touch Israel, his people, his chosen people, his chosen nation.
That's right.
You're right about that. They don't like it when that camera comes out. It makes them look like a fool.
Yeah, but that's why we try to step up and hold our place so that we can bring forth righteousness in this earth, so that we can have our Goshens, and because there's things that we're looking forward to. There's things that the Most High promised us that we are looking forward to. Um, I know you were gonna go to Isaiah 65 and 21, but can we start at verse 17?
Oh yeah, I forgot 17 is when we want to start, right?
Yeah.
Isaiah 65, we start at verse 17. It says, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind.
Man, we ain't gonna be thinking about that, how America used to be. Oh, you remember how good it was? That ain't even gonna be a thought in your head. Like it's not gonna be something to be remembered, not even worth remembering.
That's right. Verse 18. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem, a rejoicing, and her people a joy.
That's what we are.
And I will rejoice in Jerusalem. And the Lord Most High said he will rejoice in Jerusalem. Catch that. And joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. And then verse 21, and they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them.
Like it's verse 22. Like yes, I'll read that out real quick just to finish this off. It says, and said they shall not build and another inhabit, because that's what happened. We built America, and then all of our fruits of our labor, somebody else lived in that house, right? Okay, so you see, this is the curse. This is the curses being reversed, and they shall not plant and another eat. All these are part of the curses. For as the days of the trees are the days of my people. Because trees will live forever. As long as they're nourished, they'll grow up. They'll grow up to be thick and fruitful. Longer than you could think about a tree living, right? Any other person. And it says, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. Like they should not labor in vain, nor bring forth to trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord.
That's right.
For the off and their offspring with them. Not everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That don't say everybody. It says seed. We know seed deals with a bloodline, not just everybody.
That's
And
right.
it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. Like his. Because the Lord, he already knows the contents of our heart. He knows the things we want. And we won't even have to ask in that day. The Lord already have it set up for us. That's a beautiful thing.
Time.
That's what we're looking forward to.
You bet.
That's what
You
that's that's what we're waiting for while we have our Goshens.
bet.
That's what we're waiting for. I ain't have anything else on that. You have anything on that, Chief?
Man, that's a
That you want to bring
beautiful
out?
thing, man, to tell the children of Israel, man, we have to start building our land of Goshen while we're here in this captivity.
Mm-hmm.
We can no longer just say everyone for himself, go back to your home. We'll just meet up at this spot and have Shabbat and all this other stuff. We need to start building our community. Just
Mm-hmm.
like Joseph went to Pharaoh and them, told him, me and my father and our brothers want this land right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best land, and the reason why it's going to be the best land, man, because it's going to multiply because of us. Isn't that why America multiply? Because of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they know how important we are. Believe me, if they didn't know how important we was, man, they would never cross made that deal. They would say, nah,
Mm-hmm.
leave them on here. They knew once they got us, man, they was gonna get rich soil. They was like, man, we're gonna get filthy off these brothers and sisters, man. These the children of the Most High God, man. We about to be blessed like a mug, and they will. Look how America got built.
Hey, didn't that wasn't that in one of your books, the Abraham Lincoln, or was it Henry Abraham Lincoln said they knew that they had the children of Israel?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yes,
He knew
he
he
knew
had
that
them.
we was exactly, and they try to hide that quote because he said, "Don't bring the children of Israel over here." He knew it, man. See, that's how devious and devilish the America is, Babylon is, man. Still trying to cover up truth. Still trying your best to say, no, man, y'all just specks and niggas and silverbacks. No, man. Those same people that Joseph preserved to save the life the Most High used them for, we are the descendants of them. Bloodline, a
That's right.
seed, and the offspring carried on down. This eliminates all people. This is why the Most High divided the nations. He does not want his people amongst all other people. He don't want that. He wants his people for himself because he wants his people to be the best, man. And that's how we got to start living. We got to stop thinking, man, that we lower state, man, because of what this captivity has brought to us, man, and has placed us, man. We got to start believing, hey, man, we the best of the best, man. And just like you heard them say, didn't we get destroyed by those gods? They called us gods. They know we gods, man. The other nations know it.
That's right.
We got to have this land of Goshen, and we got to start building. Let's start building the communities now. Brothers got to start, as Zephaniah 2 and 1, come together. Let me call my Akim from the other camp. Hey, what you think about we going everybody coming in on it, man, building something that ain't never been built before in captivity? Building this land where we can have our own foods, man, our own clothes, man. Hell, we'll throw even our own bank up in that mud, man. For real.
We can. When we get our Goshen, we can. We can.
Because our people don't think that big. They like, nah, man, I ain't got faith like that. And the Lord told you all you need is a mustard seed. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when you go up to brothers and sisters, man, be like, hey, throwing these ideals at it, like, that just seemed like that take 20. I ain't got time for that, man. They just act like the Lord can't preserve life, man. Hey, the Most High can stop time if he want, man.
That he can.
He can do whatever he want. Hey, didn't he do that for Joshua? When they went in that city to destroy that city, it said he held the sun in place for 24 hours when Joshua and Joseph and them was praying so that they could kill them, man. That's the Most High doing that. The sun they never stood up there like that, man. He prayed to the Most High. The Most High left that thing right there, making sure they kill every last one of them. The AI king. That's why it's
Mm.
important, man, that we know who we are. Hey, Joseph knew, Joshua knew who he was. That's why he started praying to the Most High. And the Most High said, I'm going to keep that sun. I'm going to keep that thing right there for 24 hours. Wipe them out.
Yes, that's right.
Most High do whatever he want, baby. He ain't got to answer to nobody.
That's exactly right.
Let's build that
Ain't got
ghost.
no one answer.
That's right.
Yeah, let's. And it all starts with your actions. Okay, you have to gather with your people first thing. Anything else, we can work out amongst each other.
Kind.
We can work those out. We can work out issues, problems, stuff like that. We can work that out amongst each other. But first, we got to come together.
That's right,
Mm,
man.
yeah, and I'm hoping y'all. I'm
Like
hoping
that.
this is sinking in, and that y'all enjoy this lesson. Like it's so we're gonna have more lessons like this to show us how to continue with building our Goshen. Oh, there it is.
There it is, Israel.
Yep, we gotta build it.
Why are we in the land of captivity? Build.
That's right.
Come on, man.
That's right.
That's a beautiful lesson to bring out, man. I'll be honest with you. I can't recall the last time we brought a lesson out like this, man. But I think it was very beautiful, man. It gives brothers and sisters to go back, get some more edification on it, and read the precepts that we brought to them. They can see
Right.
how it's important. This is what see. That's how our minds change when we begin to read. We begin to put the puzzle pieces together, man, and be like, "Oh, wait a minute, man. So we not supposed to be doing their holidays. We're not supposed to be
Mm-mm.
mingling with them. Oh man, so that's why we've never seen anything change. Anything in the universe, in the world, is because the way that they propagated all that false doctrine and taught us, hey man, we're one nation, we're one
That's right.
people. That is not true. No matter how much you want to be true, like I told that Edomite, that devil out there, man, it don't matter what you feel. You can cry. He was crying, brother. I love, man. Stop saying you love me. It don't matter. Don't tears me nothing to the Most High at all.
Mm.
The Lord is righteous and his judgments are true, man. Right?
That's right.
He love his people. His people got to wake up, man. I love that precept in Romans 13:11, man, where it said, waken from your sleep. It's time to wake
Slum.
up, man.
Yeah.
Let's get up. Now we can start reading the word of power and understand it's our book, man. Now we got to start changing. Man, we're going to
Yep.
build our Goshen. We're going to build up our economic system. We're going to start
Mm-hmm.
seeing our lives change like they're supposed to change, man. We're going to start having them come to us and asking us, man, damn, what are y'all doing? Because we lose. Our system is crashing. They won't be talking about no President Donald Trump no more. They're going to be like, man, these Israelites all over the world right now have done came together and done built their Goshen. So now that the company is falling, they ain't spending their money like they used to. They're not celebrating all the holidays like they used to. It's going to change. Something's going to happen.
That's right. That's right.
Let's build our Goshen, Israel.
Let's do it.
So that lesson we get, hopefully to next week, we're looking forward to the gardening. How to So
That's
tune in,
right.
have a brother up really nourished in this area that can help us get nourished, man, so we can all start. And now we can help each other out now. We ain't got to worry about, man, my car went down. Let me call my Aki, man, I'm down one. You got me, I got you. Let's keep this love between us, man. And let's truly see this love between us, man. It's sickening to look on television and see Israel being just like the other nations because you're in this nation.
Yeah.
You need to think before you act because you still got to answer to the Most High God. You take a life. You need to really think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you was in your own land, you wouldn't have to do that at all. We wouldn't even think or consider that. Time.
That's right. That's right. Hey, with that, hey, that's a beautiful lesson. Like is look forward to another great lesson next week. When we have our own brother Benny Yahoo come up here. He's gonna give us some edifying information how to build our our Goshen,
That's
how to
right.
be, how to plant, plant our gardens and then eat from them. But hey, make sure you have your pens, your paper, like it. Have your Bible as always, Bible and Apocrypha. If you don't have your King James
Right.
1611, like
Right.
it's pens, paper. Make sure you're writing all this information down
Right.
because it's gonna be very edifying and it's gonna be fruit for Israel, like it's to continue to grow and to plant seeds.
Kind, man. Kind.
That's right.
With the water to everybody in the chat, man, and to the ones that's going to be coming later on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll praise to the Most High, man, the brothers and sisters for tuning in and everything, man. Hey, y'all have a blessed night, man. And with that, Baba
Yeah.
Kashai, we say, let's get our first precept real quick,
Yep, I
right?
got you. This is
Okay?
Isaiah 61 and 3. It says, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he, the Most High, may be glorified.
That's what it's all about. All praises. Because
That's
when you
right.
glorify him, he turn you into a tree of righteousness, man. And they live forever. Right?
That's
With
right.
that, we say, Shalom.
Shalom.